I'm Larry Cohen, and this is Trailers from Hell. And we're going to talk about a movie called The Uninvited, which was a Paramount picture, their big-time venture into the occult, into a ghost story, a horror story. And it was quite a successful venture, actually, in its time. It may be a little tame by today's standards in terms of violence, but it was very spooky. It was very scary and very atmospheric. And they put one of their stars, Academy Award-winning Ray Milland, who had just won the Oscar for The Lost Weekend, which I think is a much scarier movie than The Uninvited. And Ray Milland actually hardly ever did a picture of equal stature to The Lost Weekend. I mean, he, like many people who win Oscars, that's really the peak of their career, and then after that, they're around in pictures, but never really making a major contribution to the history of movies. This is probably the closest that Ray Milland had to a very fine movie after the Lost Weekend. I can't think of too many other pictures that he did that were really memorable. He was in a lot, though. And in the picture with him is Gail Russell. Now, Gale Russell was a beautiful young actress who had a very sad and tragic fate in Hollywood. In fact, she died at the age of 36 years old in an apartment filled with empty liquor bottles. She virtually drank herself into oblivion. So, I mean, when I see the picture, it's a ghost story. And it's kind of a ghost story when you see somebody like that who you know what happened to her and how tragic it is. And seeing her in the movie is almost like seeing a ghost walking around before your eyes. So let's look at the trailer of The Uninvited.
This is the voice of The Uninvited.
This picture was directed by Lewis Allen, who did not do too many other films as a director, but he became a producer. But and there's Gail Russell right there. Very lovely and very, very fragile. She was always a very, very interesting character in that she was the object of romance for many, many, many famous motion picture stars who were crazy about her. Most notably, John Wayne. John Wayne did a picture with her called The Angel and the Bad Man, and he fell madly in love with her. And that went on for years, even though she was a very, very difficult alcoholic. Paramount Pictures never really utilized her to her full extent. They should have made a bigger star out of her, but they didn't. Maybe that's why she drank. Looks like Donald Crisp, wonderful character actor. They did have a very good cast of supporting people. And Cornelia Otis Skinner is in the picture. Isn't that something? It's a famous name. And of course it says introducing Gail Russell. So the picture was a success, but they never really made use of Gale Russell in a proper manner. John Wayne was very furious about it, his biography says, about the way Paramount treated Gale Russell. He thought she should be a big star and that they never gave her a chance. Years later, a picture was made by Robert Wise called The Haunting, which was in many ways derivative of this film. It was one of the other notable ghost story movies. There have been a lot of horror movies, but there haven't been a lot of ghost story movies. And this one worked. Don't miss The Uninvited. I think you'll have a spooky time watching it.